Hello. I've been on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Found out what I need to say, and I've asked Jess. So, without further ado, first of all, thank you to everyone so much for coming, because it's, for most of you anyway, a very, very long way, and it's looked a bit depressing on board with the generator breaking, the rain, the hangovers, and it was terrible. So, but it's turned out absolutely fantastic, and I really enjoyed myself. And so, without further ado, I'd like a toast to the bridesmaid, Shannon.
I don't toast myself.
No.
Oh.
And without whom none of this would have been possible. First of all, and I think a little round of applause here for her amazing efforts, Bev. Again, without who none of this, my mum and my dad, and Jane and Frank and Sue for their financial contributions, and it's made it much, well, it wouldn't happen without them, so thank you very much. And finally, everybody who took time to come up here and help us sort out the chaos. Namely, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten anyone, Lee and Sarah, the Flower Girls, I'm reading it off the paper, the good men, thank you, Ruth for doing an excellent service, Shannon and Daryl, mostly for the tents, brilliant, and I can't read that, and anyone else who helped in the field at all to make it such an amazing place and to make me have such a lovely day. So, I'm going to refer to you collectively as the helpers. Cheers. Oh yeah, thank you. And finally, the most important thing of all. I'd like everyone to raise their glasses to my beautiful wife, Jade.
Good speech.
And on a final note, before I hand you over to Ed, a word of administration, if I may. Could the driver? No. Could everybody who's parked in kind of the middle row, on the hard standing over there, after this, please arrange to have their cars moved, because the gentleman taking the
You have to
photographs,
ruin everything.
yeah, thanks. And they want to leave, and they're kind of at the front. So that'd be useful. You could all kind of head out there to make sure you're not away. And now, the lovely Ed.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ed, and I'm Matt's friend, and I'm your best man for the day. Firstly, again, I'd like to thank you all for coming and making Matthew and Jade's wedding such a special and memorable occasion. Quite frankly, I'm stunned as to how far people will come for a free meal and Jade, you've been absolutely stunning today.
Yay!
And all the Flower Girls are lovely as well.
Yes.
And the good men, well, to be honest, the goodness is spread pretty thin. It's over 2 years now since Matthew phoned me in from Australia to report that him and Matt are engaged, and to ask me to be his best man. I was honoured to accept and amazed he had enough money for a long distance phone call. Now, as time passed, it dawned on me that I've had to stand here today and make a speech in front of you all. And then it dawned on me that I had to say something nice about Matthew. far, far harder. So here goes. I've grown up with Matt, and he is my oldest friend. I've known him since we went to Park School in Bournemouth together. Luckily, our relationship has improved since we got detention for fighting in the lunch queue. Over the years, I've come to know a lot about Matt, most of which is embarrassing. Matthew is a keen sportsman. Although now a dangerous kung fu master, he started his career as a footballer. While playing in goal for school against a formidable Millfield F team, he set a record that still stands today, ladies and gentlemen, by letting in an amazing 17 goals. He's also a fearsome opponent at table football. In one encounter, he lost a match 9-0 as well as his dignity. Much to the horror of the punters in the bar, his forfeit was to show the whole pub his bum. And he hasn't looked back since. Continuing on this theme, which has become central to Matthew's life, there's the story of Matt and the sleepwalking. After a heavy night on the town, I put an unconscious Matthew to bed in my spare room. A few hours later, I awoke in my own bed to be this far away from Matthew. My thoughts of mild amusement turned to sheer horror when Matthew wandered back to his own room wearing only a smile. On a different note, there is also the tale of when Matthew crashed into my car outside a friend's house while reversing out the drive. Now you're thinking, that's not much of an achievement for someone of Matthew's questionable driving ability, but the achievement for Matthew was that he neglected to tell me it was him for 3 months. He told me over the phone. Still, given the damage he did to himself on an off-road monkey bike accident, it could have been much worse. Right, I'm going to list off a list of Matthew's greatest achievements. It won't take very long. Matthew is the only person I know who can eat a whole spoonful of bovril and live to tell the tale. I don't know anyone else has died from it, because Matthew's the only person insane enough to eat a whole spoonful of bovril. He is the only man that on a night on the town could drop more drinks than he gets in his mouth. Matthew's sense of adventure is an amazing thing. Not only have Matthew and Jade done a year backpacking around the world, in which time they got engaged, but Matthew is also a devotee to the secret special way. This entails, on the way home from the pub, Matthew doesn't use any roads, but instead jumps from fence from back garden to back garden until he arrives at his back door. So next time you're sitting at home on a Friday night, and this giant, lanky, hairy monster runs through the back garden, it's alright, it's just that. Matthew and myself are the only members of the crack team of drinkers that finished the Circle Line pub crawl in October last year.
That's a lie.
This entails visiting 26 pubs, won every stop of the Circle Line of the London Underground in 12 hours. A momentous achievement. Things did not look good though before we started this epic adventure. Matthew had 2 cups of tea, rubbed his stomach, and declared he'd had too much liquid. Now, most of these stories have involved Matthew and drink, so I'm going to move away from this subject to dispel any obvious underlying drinking problem it obviously has. You all know Matt and what a top bloke he is. You couldn't hope to meet a nicer, kinder person. He's loyal, he'll go out of his way to help you out, and he's always fantastic fun to be around. It's truly a privilege to be his friend. And with that, I wish you many years of happy marriage together. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to propose a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. White, please.
That was a very good speech.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the bar.
Hey! I've got a beautiful close-up on his head right now.